Night mode. Oh, we're back. Today's Saturday. Scores. The Community Cycling Center, they did a Saturday tent sale, clothes and tandems, weird bikes. I scored weird stuff, some cool stuff, some good deals, some even better deals. I'm probably going back tomorrow. I heard they put some more stuff out later. And maybe they'll do Sunday salvage sales tomorrow, or maybe it's just the sale again, plus Sunday salvage, or man, I don't know. It's all very weird. But I scored this stuff. It was super fun. Also messaged several people on Craigslist about bikes, so maybe I'll go pick up a bike or three. I also had to buy a storage unit, like this one down the block, but I just have too much stuff and it's in the way. And my landlord's got his like insurance guy coming over to inspect the house, and it's not a good sign. So when I got a storage unit, got everything out of the way. Well, half of the stuff. I got another dozen wheels and a couple more frames to try and stuff in there, so this place doesn't look completely insane when the insurance guy comes and looks. But that's all right. Maybe it'll motivate me to get some of these bikes built and out. I just heard from Tomcat. He just texted me. He sold the other two consignment bikes that I had down at his shop. So I have like another $380 coming or whatever. You know, one was like a little Specialized hybrid I paid like $10 for and did like a 15-minute tune-up on. So making $150, and that's great. The other one was another bike that BMX Gary gave me, this big retrospect thing that needed a derailleur and shift cable and front brake. I slapped some stuff I had on. I got 20 or $30 into that. I might owe Gary 20 or $30 for that bike. I don't remember. I gave him some money for some stuff. I think I owe him for something else. I also talked to BMX Gary. He just got new shirts, and he has a calendar made, and I've been harassing him on the internet, so hopefully he's going to bring me a shirt tomorrow. So I'll have a sick BMX Bike Museum shirt for these videos. But all that being said, a lot more to come. It's 70 degrees in Portland right now. It was 32 or something last week. It's supposed to be 40 again next week, but it's got some good weather, so we're going to be partying. So I went to their sale, and it was a lot of stuff they had sitting around. It was sitting around in the way forever. Some stuff was half off mark price. Some stuff was like $10. First thing I did, saw me at these bins. Saw this Gravel King sitting on the top. Apparently he was saying they're not very popular tires anymore because they're too thin. This is not thin. I mean, it's not thin like a Rene Hurst tire, but it's not too thick. This is a really nice road tire. I used to not sell these because I thought they're too thick. Then people puncture their sidewalls, run the pressure too low on sharp gravel, and they want even thicker ones. And now everyone's just running cheap, shitty, heavy tires because they want to run light tires. I don't know. You know, logic is circular. But these are 27.5 by 175, 650B by 42. Brand new Gravel Kings. They had 3 of them. 3 of them. This one's marked 30% off. This one's got a little tear on the tag. But I paid $10 a piece for these. They're probably going to go on eBay. Even if I get half of what the retail is, it's still making money. I was looking around, there's a bunch of boring stuff. There's some jackets and a bunch of bins of women's size small clothes and gloves. You know, no one ever sells smalls. You'd think all the bike people are tiny, but it's impossible to sell. And then I noticed a bin of brake pads, and boy, I got piles of brake pads. I dug through and BMX Gary got piles of brake pads. Some of the other regulars we see all the time who are cool dudes, they got piles of brake pads. Here, the brake pads were half off, price as marked. Most of them were not priced. I did not get a receipt. I ended up paying $112 for these 2 bags of things, so I'm sure they overcharged me on some stuff. I know they way undercharged me on other stuff. So it's cool. Dura Type 2, brand new cool stop pads. Dura 2, this is like normal brake pads. Used brake pads, $5, so $2.50 for a pair. Some sweet new old stock Ultegra pads in the bin. I think these are like 6403 and 1055. So this is like 8-speed era tricolor brake pads. I want to use these on a build. If they have 2 pairs, I probably would. With that Paramount we're using, we do all 600. Maybe. I'm gonna make another video about it tomorrow or Monday. Probably Monday, maybe Tuesday. Monday's the inspection day. I want to clean this house a little. God, I wish they would have had a second set of these. Otherwise, they'll probably go on eBay. They're too nice to use. Another set of Dura Ace pads for $10 and 7,800, so that's pretty modern. So I paid $5 for them. What else? What else? What else? Got 2 sets of these Eagle 2. These are like the cantilever ones, you know, smooth post for everything. I'm assuming they were $10 also. I don't really know. They're doing some weird math to do the discounts and scan everything. It's all in inventory, but so if I paid $5 a piece for these, that's great. I mean, they retail for probably $16 now. I got another set of the BMX-y or mountain-y style with the weird threaded post. I don't know. It's all very weird, but I got a set of those in orange. I got a set of those in black. I got another set of them in black. They're marked $8. So, well, this one's marked 10, so I paid 5 and 4. I think she said most of them were 5 at max. Let's get all this fun stuff. I got some weird stuff in here, too. Found this brand new set of Swiss Stop Racing Black brake pads for Carbon Campagnolo 4-pack. River City Bicycles price $62. Their price $10. I paid $5 for these. They will probably go on eBay. Apparently they're expensive and fancy. There's a bunch of other campy stuff, a bunch of carbon rim stuff, but I don't mess with that, so I don't really know. This one's marked used brake pads. They are not used. I think they're, you know, probably donated or something. Some stock ones somebody took off and put in some nicer pads, but marked $5 for all 4 of them. I love that. I love fresh pads. I do fresh pads on all my builds. And one just pair of also marked used brake pads that are actually brand new. Just inserts. So that's cool. Brake pads. They had a weird bin marked $2. There was some weird stuff. There was some cool stuff. I got a set of these. So these are like ear warmers, and they go over your helmet straps. They're not as cool as the other ones I have, which are Velcro. So they strap on and off real easy. These ones you open up, and it looks like you slide your helmet buckle through, and then you can Velcro them close so they don't move too much. They're handmade, and they're labeled 10 of 20, 22, HME. I don't know. Someone's bad logo. It's unreadable. Iggy's Handiwork? Yeah, Iggy's Handiwork. Useful things. Logos. So I decided to get a pair of these for myself and a pair for my roommate. Strap them on your little helmet and keep your little earsies warm. And then they decided that I should have another set of them. So she grabbed another set to price or check if they're in the computer or whatever. So I ended up getting 3 of these. These are cool if you're riding cold weather a lot and you try and use the hats with the ear things. You get no airflow at all. Your head just sweats so bad. I really like these ear straps because they really let a little air come over the top and around the sides and under, so they keep you warm without getting like overheated. I got 3 sets. If someone wants one, hit me up. I'll just mail them to you for freeze. We got one brand new Jan Mountaineering waterproof saddle cover, size large. Look at this old vintage saddle cover in the back. It looks cool. I don't know. A Ziploc bag of what appears to be a UDG or homemade. Old Man David used to make these. I wonder if it's one of his. Homemade, I think this is a chain cleaning tool. So it's like made out of an old quick release that's been cut down, a little chunk of axle, a couple of axle nuts, so like homemade out of used parts. So you put it in just your drive side dropout. And then I think this is maybe in backwards. And then you quick release it closed. And then you can run your chain through here without your back wheel in. So you can clean your chain or mess with stuff. You know, I'm always doing that, just dragging the chain across the stay. And this way everything stays nice and clean. I remember one of Old Man David's. He used to have he used to come volunteer at Kenton Cycles when we started it. He was really good friends with my business partner, Rich. He used to come in and do stuff. Chain Catcher, the pro mechanic. Oh yeah, D. Kutch. This is totally one of the handmade David Kutch. He made these out of old junk parts at the CCC. He was in his 70s like 10 years ago, and he was volunteering for us. He's a cool old guy. He has all the French and Italian, like if you've seen my other videos, I got that Cobra toolkit made by Campy, like the wooden case with all the reamers and facers and cutters for turn fork crowns and your frame builder kit or pro mechanic kit. He had those in French and Italian. He used to leave our business cards when people needed weird stuff. He had weird, cool tools so he could chase threads and do stuff. Look at this. Hand typed up directions, little hand drawings. This is cute, man. This is cute. I'm pretty excited about this. Kind of always wanted one, but never really thought I needed one, but here it is. It's labeled $16. I got it for $2 because the new CCC employees maybe don't appreciate the old cuteness and the vintage history like some of us do. We had 3 sets of these. I only grabbed one. The rest of them are there tomorrow. I'll probably get them. This is some brand new old stock Shimano brake hoods. It said $12 on them and lists what they're for, which is nice. They're 6700 Ultegra Brifters, so that's the 10-speed stuff. Ultegra, brand new. Yeah, $2. I'll go buy 2 more sets, put them on eBay. Someone will want them eventually. And this handle stash. I think they said this was like, this rang up as like $48. So this is some weirdness. I've seen a video or something about these online, or maybe they had a thing recently. So it's got a weird quick release clamp that clamps on your handlebars. And then, what is happening? Why is this so weird? I think this is kind of like spring loaded and really weird, so you can put your drink in here, and as you ride, it's supposed to be able to bounce with the road maybe and not spill. Some very weirdness. I do like to drink while riding my bike. I got the Cruiser bars. I got the grocery store on all the time. I'll buy a soda, or road soda as we call them. I'll drink a beer while listening to my Walkman, my stereo on my phone, just blasting music, riding back on the back streets. I don't give a fuck. I learned how to drink and cycle while being a punk rock kid and not giving a crap about rules. And going on bike tour, you always drink on bike tour because you get the carbs and the calories and the aspirin effect of the alcohol. Like, drinking a beer on a long bike ride is wonderful for your knees and your body aches and your energy levels. And don't take my advice. I'm not a doctor. This thing is so weird. I bet it's terrible. But whatever. Yeah, shock absorbing, handle stash. Dude, all thrills, no spills. The original shock absorbing cup holder. I'm going to do a video testing this out. This is ridiculous. It'll be a fun product test. I'm assuming you can still get them. Then, I looked around. Most everything was boring. They had a whole bunch of brand new cheap Stella Italia saddles for $10. There's like bins of them. I might go get one tomorrow if there's nothing more exciting, because I just have to, got that itch. I got a Jones. All of a sudden, some red bin appeared, and some guys were digging through it and freaking out. And the red bin was all really nice, high-end name brand stuff that was trashed. So a couple guys found a few good things. I found a few things that were almost good. I filled this bag up from just the red bin. One of the guys was saying they charged him like $20 for something. So I went up, I'm like, I don't know if this is salvage sale prices, it's just in this red bin, or if this is make it up prices or what. And I pulled the stuff out and set it down so they could look. One guy's like, oh, that seat post says titanium. That's going to be expensive. I said, let me fix that for you. I flipped the seat post over so you couldn't see the logo, and he laughed. And the regular guy who's there, he's kind of a stickler and tries to, he's trying to turn Sunday salvage sales into regular retail. He goes, nah. And he got out the scale, which they didn't even have out. This is like a retail sale, not like the Sunday salvage sales. He got out the Sunday salvage sale scales, and he weighed this for me, and it was 4 pounds. It's like, it's $8. And the guy's like, you can't do that. That's salvage prices. And he's like, just put it in. So he sold me this for salvage prices. I paid $8 for this bag, which means these brake pads and tires and whatnot were like $102. So I got some stuff in here. So the most boring thing, just some really nice old Mayfax with a dumb, cheesy plastic, but this keeps the levers from getting all scratched up. Some basically functional hoods. They're a little old and showing their wear. They got the barrel adjusters in them. They're complete. I'd use these on a rider. Why did I buy a bottle cage? Look how thin that wire is. And this purple anodizing is so cool. The only thing it says on it is made in Italy. I don't know what it is, but it's cool and weird. In 90s mountain bike, I bought it. There's one chain link. They tried to be $2. I guess now just throw it in salvage sales. Why I really started digging through this bag is because I saw some seat posts. First one I saw was this vintage GPME. GPME, Italian, kind of a campy clone or knockoff, a little less cool. GPME came in a lot of higher-end Bianchis, kind of like their house brands, or like Bontrager is today. I believe it's 27.2. It's very lightly stamped, and there's a little bit of staining on it. So this is a nice, very lightweight, cool. It's a little scruffy, but only pretty low. Like, it looks pretty nice up top. The paint looks great. I bet you I can get $40 or $50 for this on eBay, or maybe I'll use it on something. It's kind of sexy and weird. A little teeny tiny neck, like pencils down this little teeny weird neck. And I found this seat poster I thought was a campy one. I pulled it out, started looking at it. It is also 27.2, but bro, it's a little scuffy. It's a little hard to see. There's maybe some marks on the side. Maybe this was clamped in a vise with some rags or something to break it free. It could use a little polish and a little touch-up paint. It's got markings on the top. They're kind of faint. Maybe some touch-up paint would bring them out. If I polished it, it'd almost disappear. It's a Shimano 600 post. Can you even see that? Barely, barely. Shimano, I've seen very few. These are way rarer than Dura-Ace posts. But it's that like 8-speed Dura-Ace kind of era. Shimano 600 and 27.2. This is cool. I've never had one. I would hella use this on a bike with all 600 stuff. Or I'm probably going eBay because I bet I can get $50 or $60 for it, even with how scuffy it is, but maybe only 20 or 30. Found one, what I believe is a track cog. I don't think it's anything weird. It's in really good low mile shape. And I've never seen this before. This is some hot stuff. Machine back to be totally flat. Track cog. Machine back. It's got some writing in there. It says Suntour CB LTD Japan Medea Industries 17. 17.2 Suntour track cog? Did they make anything in track that wasn't XC Pro? I don't know. This is cool. It's really light. It's well machined. Like, that might be worth some bucks. I don't know. And here is the aforementioned titanium seat post. It is stamped 27.2. It's stamped American. The Classic is barely stamped in there. It's got scuffs all over it. Then you gotta check on American Classic. These are the lightest seat posts ever made. I love them. They're too light for me. Look how delicate a little saddle clamp is on the top. The only problem is this bolt is often stripped on them because people are trying to do the seat adjustment without actually loosening the clamp. So you gotta loosen the clamp, then do your seat adjustment with this little bolt, then retighten the clamp. This has a titanium body. It's pretty short, it's roady. It feels heavier than I remember, honestly. I love these because they're ultralight. The aluminum ones come high polish with a black head. They made them for a couple other companies too, but for a while, these are ultralight, very cool. I was getting these new old stock from a place in California, some old warehouse, and I was selling these on my website. And these were on all of the really top tier bikes we did, all the handmade bikes, because they were so light. I only ordered a couple of titanium ones. The titanium ones are like over $100 wholesale, old stock. I was getting like $180 for them. The regular ones I was getting $100 for. This one's, it's a little scuffy, but I can get $80 for this. I might be able to get more. I don't use tie stuff personally. I think it seizes. I don't want to deal with that. It's for nerds who want tie and want to shave all the weight. But the GPME one might be lighter. That's crazy. This all the weight's on the head on this. It's just aluminum. The 600 one is like 4 times the weight. That's pretty little and cute. So that's cool. There's a bunch of Dura-Ace derailleurs. Most of them were too dead to mess with. This one you can see is taking some hits. It's been laid down. It's scruffy. It's short cage. I think it's 9 speed. Is this? No, it's 7800, so it's like the 10 speed. 77 is what I like, that 9-speed mega range. They had one 77 mega range one that was, looked like it had been left in the parts washer over the weekend. All the anno was off, the pivots were frozen, the teeth were totally worn out, so I didn't grab it. If I go back tomorrow, I probably will. I'll put some big alloy pulleys in it. Really open the whole thing up and overhaul it. All that Ben Cycles. You guys follow Ben Cycles on Instagram? He's always doing little short reels where he's doing like these time lapse, like full overhauls. He pulls every bolt apart, ultrasonically cleans them, and repolishes stuff, and greases it and puts it back together. They're really satisfying videos to watch of him overhauling derailleurs, because I don't like overhauling derailleurs. Half the time you get something apart, you cannot get it back together without making some special tools. You do stuff wrong. I think soaking stuff in the soak tank strips all the internal grease, and I'm not for it. I usually just clean them as best I can with a brush and, you know, soak them in some chain lube, try and get in stuff, and call it good enough. I definitely like to open pulleys, like really dirty pulleys gummed up with road grime and hair off the road and stuff can make your bike feel slow and weird and sluggish. Like just taking just these cage bolts out so you can get the pulley off and cleaning them and lubing them and putting them back together can really make your bike feel like you just gave it a complete total overhaul, or, you know, made you way faster. I usually don't buy used headsets from them because they're always missing parts. This one looks like it is not missing anything. There's one ball bearing missing from this cage, so that's not a big deal. I really didn't look to make sure it's not totally Brunel. It looks a little bit worn. I'll have to run a ballpoint pen there and see. But this is a Campy record, I believe. It says Campy. Oh, it says Chorus. A Campy Chorus 1-inch threadless headset. That's pretty cool. You don't see 1-inch threadless very often. And in polishy silver and San Campagnolo. Oh, crown race is a little mangled. Whatever. I paid $2 a pound for it. It may or may not. That's way below the race and the dust seal. It might not interfere with anything. So that is cool. That is my Saturday scores. Not a bunch of stuff. Pretty cool. The first person who's brave enough to keep their ears warm and not feel like a giant dork, who hits me up, I guess, in the YouTube comments or even on Instagram. Just for the first person, I will send one of these. If the second person's really sad and really wanted one and begs me, I will possibly send the second one. And, you know, if they're really popular, 4 or 5 guys freak out about it, I might go back and buy the rest of them. I think they have 3 or 4 more of these. It's not a big score, a whole bunch of money. I think I'll make my money back on the tires and some of those seat posts. And you always make your money back on brake pads, because every time you do a project and you need brake pads and you go buy a set at the store retail for $12 to $14, you're losing money. My brake pad bin is getting very full. I need a bigger bin, or maybe switch them out by road and Canty have 2 bins. Very exciting. What else? Anything else? Not really. Got to pack more stuff up for the storage unit. Get it out of here for a while. And I didn't take any of my dynamo wheels. I don't want to get stolen. And I didn't take any of the wheels I've just serviced. Oh, I didn't even mention that. I've also spent the last 2 days just going through wheels. I got wheels stacked up everywhere. And, you know, some of them, you realize, oh, it has a bent axle or broken axle, or, oh, it's kind of, the spoke tensions are wonky because there's something wrong, or spokes are frozen, or it's got a hop, it's just not savable. So I'm going through wheels. I got very few of them. They all keep turning out pretty dang nice. So I got 4 or 5 checked in up on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And I got 4 or 5 more to put up. They're checked in, and 2 or 3 wheel sets I need to check in, because if they're recycling, I should recycle them, not save them, hoping they magically get better. And put them all up for sale or in storage for future projects. I put the little blue Centurion in that I want to do the white build on. I put that into the storage unit, and I feel like I should bring it back. Put the white wheels in there, because I already put the Centurion in. Did 2 loads. Because I should be just working on this Paramount, but I want to build the Centurion too. And I feel like I should have grabbed some of these good deals on bikes. Tomcat's blowing them out. I should have bought that one for like $40 at the bins. I knew I'd regret it. And I got 2 or 3 bikes to go look at on Facebook and Craigslist tomorrow and see if I buy them. But either this is my video, and thanks for watching, or I'll pop right in with another video for tomorrow. Only the future can tell. So thanks for watching. It's the next day. I went back for more. Like a sucker. Always driving that guy who works at the CCC nuts. He was getting mad at me today. It wasn't the salvage sales, you know, it was just like the salvage sales, but they want higher prices for everything. They're trying to turn salvage sales into retail. It's not going to work. But I got some fun stuff. I put a lot of stuff out for clearance. Probably the best score I got was these brand new Ortlieb panniers. They were doing like half off of most of this stuff. Tried to lose money, but also a lot of their stuff's donated. So they didn't pay anything for a lot of it, even brand new stuff in the box. This guy was asking about them. I was like, I don't care. There's too much. And he was offering like $10. I said no. But they did offer him $25 for a brand new Ortlieb in the box. Waterproof, roller, large rear pannier. Super high vis. And he said no. Some other guys were talking about it, and I finally went up and I said, okay, I'll do the 25 if you'll give me the 25 for this one. This is what he was looking at. There's no box, but all the stuff's in it. It's brand new. A couple finger stains on it. I'm like, and he'll give me 25 on this other one. It's also in the box of the pair. And at first I meant 2 for 25. I was like, no, 25 each. He's like, oh, yeah. He had to go ask his boss to make sure. He said, yeah. So I got a brand new set of Ortlieb panniers for way less. I mean, used ones usually go in the $35 to $50 range for each. So $50 for a brand new set of Ortlieb. I'll probably put them up for sale. I need panniers. They're high vis. I have to check and see if they fit my lowrider rack. I keep dreaming about taking a bike tour. Just quitting life, man. Just quitting it. Get rid of everything. Maybe put a bunch of stuff in storage and it's disappearing for a year. You know, go ride around the north during the summer and then head south for the winter and just be a beach bum for a year. Take my dog. Keep looking at some bob trailers. I think maybe she'd like a bob trailer and maybe it wouldn't drive me nuts. I've missed a couple that have popped up. One for $300. I was like, it's too much. One for $100 and I was an idiot. I should have went and got it on the spot. There's one at Bike Farm some other guy grabbed. I mean, not Bike Farm, but there's one at the Sunday salvage sales that some other guy grabbed. Should have begged him for it. I don't know. We'll see. After that, I got all this stuff too. We'll go through that in a minute. After all that, I went over to Bike Farm. I'll show you that stuff first. It's sort of sitting out. I just went over there to say hi to BMX Gary. He's looking. He found a bunch of little BMX parts he was very excited about. Some really nice levers and stuff. Some old crusty stuff. And he pulled this bar out. I wouldn't have pulled this bar on my own. To look at it, he's like, yeah, about this. I'm like, oh, it's real short. I'm like, oh, wait, it's not cut down. We're usually making fun of them all for being cut down. I'm like, and it's steel, and the finish looks nice, and this looks nicer than your typical steel bar. So I looked at it. It says Nitto right on it. Nitto B259 Chromo. It's the little fixie hipster bars that you really can't get a break on. Looks like maybe someone had one down here. But I mean, these bars were like $100. I think they're still, you know, even on clearance, they're $25 or $45 on eBay. So I could not grab them. They charged me $5. Hotness. And more excitingly, I saw a secret bin of chain rings I've never noticed before, like hidden under a table. And it's just bash guards. So I went through them. This one says right on it, 130 for 39 tooth, which I love. I have a bunch of 38 and 39 tooth rings. I love converting my old 130 road cranks into one bias. And you know, my roommate's bike should have her chain fall off left and right. If we had this on, it probably wouldn't have. But that's neither here nor there. I put a really nice vintage long cage silver derailleur on that was in like super low mile shape and it solved all my problems. I have this one. I haven't checked the BCD yet. Looks a little bit bent and weird. Might tweak it out. Since it's a chain guard, it's got to not rub the chain, so you can tweak them a little bit. But it's got a cool silver ring machined in. I'm hoping it's 110. I might have spilled some degreaser all over my chain ring checker sheets. If you don't know about these yet, you can just go to sheldonbrown.com and print these out. And what this has is like a center, and it's got every BCD for regular 5-bolt. Here's a different one for every BCD for weird 4-bolt. Here's a weird 4-bolt one. So, oh, this is like uneven 4-bolt. This is like even 4-bolt. This is like 5-bolt. You just gotta find where this lines up in a couple of spots. So I'm guessing it's 110. I'm gonna line it up with 110. Try and center it. Oh, and there it is. It perfectly lines up with this 110, and then these blank holes, which could all just say 110, but it'd be crowded. So that's great. 110, kind of like a 44 tooth, probably max. Here's a little guy. Genuine Spot brand. I'm guessing this is 94 BCD, like 90s mountain bikes. But I could be wrong. And I'm trying to line it up with the old 94. And I think it lines up perfectly. As you can see, it lines up with these perfect little holes, and two of them are labeled 94. So that's cool. 110, 194, 130. I'll definitely sell the 94. I just don't use that stuff very much. If I do, you get like the 8-speed XT cranks and LX cranks and stuff for 94, but I always just sell them. I never use them. Let's go through what I got at the old CCC tent sale. The first thing I did is dug through their saddle bin, and somebody said they were only charging about $5 per saddle. So I grabbed this weird white Physique Wing Flex. These are a really light saddle. They're very popular on road bikes for a while. Fixie kids are into them too. Like every hipster had this on their bike, but if you drop your bike, they crack real easy. So I made sure they weren't cracked. White and blue. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be a fun color scheme. I got those Surly hubs onto deep V's, and the back was dented, so I got a white deep V to replace it. So I'm gonna do a rim swap. I'll do a video on that. So I have a blue front wheel and a white back wheel. It's about the shade of blue. Do a little party. Do a fun bike. I got another one of these Wing Flexes, but just in white and black. So light. And I got this Stella Italia, the little carbon thing. I think I got one of the last time too, for salvage prices. Manganese rails, so it's pretty light. Pretty modern, pretty roady. What else? Where should we start? I went back to the $2 bin, and they'd gotten rid of all those ear warmers. There's like one left, but I didn't grab it. They had a couple more sets of these Shimano 10-speed Ultegra hoods. Oh, this one's 6,700. This one's 6,600. So 66 is 9 and 10. Ooh, that's open. I'll put them on eBay for 10 or 15 bucks. I'll probably sell. I wasn't gonna mess with any of the Campy brake pads, but I did. I got this one set just because it's so clearly labeled and brand new and in the package. It'll be easy if somebody knows it's the right thing for their bike and buy it. I also got this one Race Face chainring, marked 20 bucks. They charged me 5. These they charged me 7. It's marked down to 15. I thought they had the original price on them, but they didn't. This is for 8 or 9 speeds, 58 by 22 tooth, brand new in the package. Open it up, it's even got a sick Race Face sticker. So $5. I'll put it up for 20. I'll take 15. I might take 10. BMX Gary found this in the free box. Big giant Silka case for something. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I might just hang it on the wall like a flag. If you notice, I'm not wearing a BMX Bike Museum shirt because Gary only brought some extra larges. He'd bring me 2 extra larges. So maybe next week. There's another big swap meet next week at Ballarat Brewing, which is a big brew pub. And they have a ranch pizza window in there, which is like the best pizza. They sell like little quarters, I think. They do squares, like cut a pizza, make square pizzas and cut them into fourths. They have a quarter and a beer for like 10 bucks. It's like fancy, they're fancy brewing beer, and they make their own ranch, and it's amazing. And usually all the hipster kids come out to that swap meet, and they have the parts I like for super cheap, because they're only trying to, get more modern, fancy, trendy parts. So I like that swap meet. I tabled the first one, I did a little video about it, and I barely sold anything, so I have like old, weird stuff. And I wanted swap meet prices, but high swap meet prices for stuff. And everybody else was just selling everything for nothing. Like every derailleur was like $3. I'm like, what? So I bought a few things, but I was so busy, people asked me questions, I barely bought anything. So the next 2 I went to, I did not sell. I just went there and hoarded, bought like $400 or $500 worth of stuff. And I sold my car. For only $1,100, I wanted $3,000 for it. Could not get it. But so I have money. I still have to buy those wheels from Stoic. So that's gonna be like $400 or $500, and then the other 4 or 5, I guess, is for the Ballarat swap meet. And maybe I'll try and do a little better video. Maybe I'll try and not be so shy and do some actual filming there. Maybe I'll make BMX Gary follow me around with the camera so I can buy some stuff. I did the CCC made little reels on Instagram with some video and shots of this tent sale. And I screen recorded those, and I'll try and add them to the video in here somewhere, because there's a shot of me in there. You can recognize my shirt. I found this in the free box, the Ziploc bag. I think it's like pannier parts or something. Some weird Velcro-y straps, a bungee cord, and some other weird Velcro-y straps. I have no idea. Do I need any of this stuff? No. Do I want it? Kinda. Will I figure out something to use it for? Probably not. But you know, a free bungee cord, that's great. The Ziploc bag I'll use, the bungee cord I'll use. Whatevs. Then a bin of derailleurs out, and they have that weird campy bin out. I call it the campy bin. And it's just a bunch of trash stuff. That's our nice eBay bin. It's all trash. It's recycling. There's nothing good in there. Anything was almost looking good was missing important parts you can't get, like Campy Brakes barrel adjusters. Everything was bent. Everything was wrecked. Everything was left in the parts cleaner overnight, and all the finish was stripped off. So I got a few things out of there, and they're like, no, we want like 15 for that or 20 for that. It's like, nah. So I put a bunch of stuff back. There's one derailleur, the broken carbon cage. It's a Dura-Ace 10-speed. There's bolts all the way out. Like, it's mangled. This thing's bent. The derailleur's a little bit. It's probably just good for parts. Derailleur pulleys are worn out. But it's like Dura-Ace 10 or 11. It's a Dura-Ace right on it. I'll put it on eBay as a parts derailleur. Someone still might want it for $20 or $10 or... I just couldn't say no. $7,900. Couldn't say no because I'm a chump. I should have said no. It says Dura-Ace right on it. Got one other set of brake pads. $5 used. They're clearly new. They're just like regular take-offy pads. I don't see them having a logo or name anywhere. So I got them because it's half price, so $250. I'm an idiot. I bought this. It is a Park Tools bench mount stand. PCS2 home mechanic stand. So it bolts to your bench and you can put like an arm in. I guess there's this big dumb bolt to spin it around, but maybe that could be replaced with something with a Allen. What I used to do as a frame builder and stuff like this is I would just slot it and braze a giant washer on, so I use like a wing nut, or a couple of times I just brazed Allen wrenches right in, so it's just in there and won't fall out. And just always have the Allen to turn. Couldn't help myself. They charged me $5. That's a screaming deal, and these are $250 brand new with the arm, and those arms are like, $40, $50 used in really good shape all the time. So maybe someone will want it. Maybe. And then I bought a couple of big Allen wrenches. I bought a 10 and a 12. Because I want to change the cassette body out. I don't remember what size it is. I think they're 10. I think maybe some are 12. I don't remember. I didn't have the right size. Maybe one of these will work. Maybe not. They had 11s and 9s and some other stuff. I did a double sweep of the place, and they had a bit of tubes, $2 tubes, as they usually have. But I've been picked through pretty hard, so I went and looked again. Here's a 732 with the Schrader valves. This is a 27 1/4. I do lots of that stuff. Here's a 26-175 to 2.3 with the Schrader. I do tons of that stuff. And here's a couple. I couldn't help myself. These are hard to come by sometimes, and they're the only ones you can use, and I cannot believe they'd get rid of them. They're 12 by half by 2 by 1/4, so 12 by 175 with the 70 mil or 70 degree Schrader valve. It's a little pick. So these are for little kids' bikes. The wheels are 12 inches, they're so small. If you don't get a bent Schrader valve, you can't get the pump on. The hub's like in the way. You have to have these bent valves. I used to fix up a lot of kids' bikes when you're a little neighborhood bike shop. You're always running out of them, always needed them. Then a few bars and I grabbed them. The guy who was trying to get me to pay top dollar for everything. I've had some cranks in there. He's like, oh, those cranks are worth so much dough. I'm like, they're not. He's like, oh yeah, you can just burn them, put them on something and wreck them. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I put them on like a single speed or something. He's like, no, they're worth money. I'm like, they're not. And so I put them back. I'm like, I'll just put them back. They're like mad at me, or I wasn't going to buy them. I'm like, I don't care. They're not worth what you think they are. And I grabbed some bars, and the bars are always salvage price for 50 cents a piece. They're like, oh, we want at least $5 a piece. I was like, no. I bought this one because it's weird, and I don't know what's up with it. It's 22.2, so it's BMX size. It's all chrome. It's not super wide. It's got a Salsa sticker that looks like it's probably factory-ish. Salsa Cycles. And it's like thin, light chrome. If you run your finger around, there's no lip in there, so it's not cheap rolled dome steel. Like, this is a nice, real drawn, like butted chrome tube, like you would a real nice frame tube or something. I literally can't tell if it's bent. Could be the light here. This side looks like it might be a little tweakered. Have to put some straight edges up to it. Put an angle finder on it or something. But it's, even if it is a little off, it's like 99% close. Most people would never notice. And most bars are that way from the factory. They're not actually straight. But I don't know, some weird Salsa Cycles thing. I have no idea what this is for. It's kind of cool. So I paid $5 for this. It says Salsa on it, the old Salsa logo. If someone knows what this is, they'll pay $35 for it. Or I'll use it. So this is $102. So not a very big pile for $102, but these Ortliebs are labeled at $189 each. I remember they were $180 for a pair. It was only like 10 years ago. And you could always get them on sale for like half that. Which technically I did. I got them on sale for $25 each, which is quite the sale. Rich people donate to the CCC, so somebody probably bought them and then donated them. I mean, they had a bunch of bikes for sale. They had handmade tandems. They had titanium Comotions with, handmade forks and electronic SRAM shifters. They had all the junk. So people, rich guys, just donate $10,000 bikes. Like, they just don't care. So it's a little score. I paid a lot, so I'm in, $220 almost for the. Oh, with the bike farm stuff, yeah, over $220 for this weekend. But, some very, very good deals. So I'm pretty happy. I do have to get all this stuff sorted and the storage unit. But it's Sunday. It's like 71 in Portland. I'm going to go to a friend's barbecue. It's going to be a party that I talked him into throwing. And here's the little CCC video. And if you look, that is me in this yellow shirt from yesterday, standing in line. So that's pretty fun. Hopefully I edit this just right somehow. Have the video line up with the picture. So, thanks for watching, and next week we'll do the Ballarat swap meet, and I'm hoping I will spend like $500 and have cases of cool stuff. So for the 5th time, thanks for watching.